Can I ask you why you're still looking for the next thing that you're going to grow dissatisfied with and look to replace? When every moment of every day there is a beckoning call from the inside of yourself calling you to the one sustaining creative source that will drive you eternally, feed you infinite knowledge, wisdom, sustenance, material and mental. If we really knew as much as we say we did, if we really were as smart as we say we are, having those two options to choose between every moment of every day, would we religiously make the wrong choice and seek after the empty things that we always grow a distaste for because we chased it out of a familiarity that was built on discontentment and dissatisfaction? Getting it in our head, another desire will take us to fulfillment, when fulfillment is only unlocked by partnering with I am in knowledge and in truth. All of your life, you've been feeding your subconscious trash. You've been watching foolishness. You've been listening to foolishness. You listened to the people that you grew up under who had influence over you, extreme influence over you, and you held on to the things that they told you. You never challenged it. You never questioned it. You went and you served in churches and organizations, and you played an intricate part in the organization and the religious practices being carried out. You were an usher. You were in the choir. You were cleaning up the church. You were sitting in the pew, cheering on the speaker who was on the elevated platform. And you got it in your head that you could listen to what they were telling you without questioning it, without studying it, without knowing it for yourself? Have you forgotten how self-serving you can be? Have you forgotten how deceived you can be? Have you forgotten how manipulative you can be? Have you forgotten how often you have gotten wrapped up in your own agenda and forgot to concern yourself with the well-being of even the people that you say you love? The blind leading the blind is not a compliment, and it's not an indication or an indictment on another blind person leading you. No. You've been feeding your subconscious not knowingly. You've been blind to what you've been feeding your subconscious, and your subconscious is blind and operates on the principle of law of the mind. Meaning that it operates on belief. It doesn't even really matter what's true and factual. If you believe something counter to it, your subconscious will partner with it and call it to yourself, even if it exists nowhere else. I used to love to watch House until I learned how the mind worked, and I learned I'm not going to be sitting here learning about diseases that actually exist, that I or you have never heard of, and I have never imagined myself contracting or ever having. I've never even spent a night in a hospital, and that's something that I say proudly. I am partnered with the wellness that was given to me, and daily I get stronger in that. So I know I don't have to worry about being superstitious and have to worry about, now that I'm telling you I ain't never been in the hospital, now I'm going. No, that's not how it works. That's how fear works. And you and I operate on fear and superstition way more than we operate on fact, because your mama house, my mama house, your grandma house, my grandma house trained us in superstition and not truth and fact. Truth and fact will be discovered in yourself. Truth and fact has been embedded in you from day one. Fact, that's a fact. The people around you who you trusted and who were training you up told you that before you could ever lead, you needed to listen, and you needed to listen to outside sources. You needed to submit yourself because you ain't know nothing. You was a child and you was ignorant. No. As a child, the truth, the whole truth, the truth bearer was embedded inside of you in its entirety. And it was your parents forgetting that they were given that same gift as children that led them to go out and blindly follow other voices and other people who they gave influence to their way of thinking and forfeited their kingdom to. I'm not taking my crown off for nobody. Understand, we live in a society that has been so trained upside down that you have kids who will return to their parents' houses as adults and have to take their crown off to live inside of the kingdom that they are the prince and princess in. And that's because we haven't built kingdoms. We haven't been building with a kingdom mindset. We've been on what the capitalists showed us. We've been on survival. We've been on just trying to get by. We've been on, you gotta do what you gotta do until you can do what you want to do. And our parents got stuck there. Understand, defeat was perpetuated to our parents. It was perpetuated to our parents through their parents. Understand, our grandparents, if you're along the ages of me, our grandparents was buying Marcus Garvey's stock from the Black Star Line, foreseeing a day in the future to come where in America, a black man and a woman could have something, could live, could have something to call their own, wouldn't have to live subservient to others and depend on the oppressors to give them equal rights. That never came. So now when you stand your youthful, glowing, optimistic self in front of these people, they don't have the faith to partner with you on that. They don't have the vision that you see on the inside of yourself that gets you up and calls you to more motion and more action and more execution and more application. No. They've been taught convenience. They've been taught compromise. Desperation has set in. Understand, it's not enough to change the way we talk. We have to change the way we think, and that'll change the way we move, which ultimately changes our life. All your life, you have been asked to understand worldly, low vibrating principles that in the realm that controls and operates and dictates everything that happens on the lower plane don't apply and don't exist. You've been submitting to illusions and you wonder why your world is full of illusionary concepts. You get out what you put in. It's simple as that. You deposit foolish, misguided, childish, elementary, illusionary ideas and imaginations into your subconscious, and your subconscious works overtime, never sleeps, never slumbers, needs no rest, is satisfied by a substance that you know nothing of, which is the fulfillment of all that the Father, which is your imagination, calls for. The answer is always yes. You don't understand this world that we live in. You don't understand the source that sustains it and sustains you. Because you have been taught, just like I was, superstition and religion. You think that the source only answers to some based on behavior and other, again, low vibrating material plane concepts that don't exist in the supernatural realm that we're talking about. You think, even though you were told that God, the source, is impartial, not a respecter of persons in the sense of having a favorite or having a group that, like I said, it's insane. It is insane to go around telling people that God is love and love is undividable. Love is whole, not partial, unconditional. And then to say that there is someone who is outside of the scope or outside of the realm or reach of God is foolish. It's totally asinine. But that's how we live. We live based on our beliefs. Our mind calls to us what we believe. So you not only have believed that God is impartial, even though God is unconditional love, you have had an experience that you align with and say, this is why I believe that. When I was doing the right thing, the blessings were coming. When I was paying my tithes, the floodgate was open. And then I went back to my other ways, and I had backslid, and I took some losses, and I had got distracted. I stopped reading my word, and everything fell apart. Did everything fall apart because God is impartial and God is judging you based on your behavior, even though the book says the complete opposite? Or is it that once again you have a superstition that is now dictating your navigation? This realm being a simulation is not to say that there is nothing that you can do or to say that there is somebody else at the controls. When we say that this realm is a simulation, it is literally something that you must learn to approach like a game. Because whatever you insert up top comes out at the bottom. And there are a ton of examples from the physical realm that is a mirror or a reflection of the spiritual realm that give us this concept. When you go to the bathroom, your bowel is full of whatever it is that you put in your mouth. Whatever you're carrying in your heart is what's coming out of your mouth. Your eyes do not see. They only calculate what is in front of them and deposit it into a section of your brain. Once that happens, your brain tells you what that is that you're looking at. Whatever it is that you put in is what is coming out. This realm being a simulation is a way of expressing that whatever you concentrate on, whatever you set your attention on, whatever you give your energy to, whatever you expect, whatever you can feel coming is exactly what's coming. And you either get better at playing this game and leading your body through the simulation so that you can learn who you are, what your reach is as an infinite extension of the great I am. The choice is yours, and it's only yours. Nobody else can make it for you. I can want it for you, but it wouldn't make no sense for me to want it for you if you don't want it for yourself, because that would just hurt me. So I'll just continue to see you as complete and as whole and deal with you as complete and as whole, no matter how deep in your illusions and no matter how far you'll go to express your delusion, because that's me loving you. Again, love, safety. Remember, these ain't just words. Apply.